Hey guys, I was inspired by Alton Brown today, and I always watch him and just absolutely love what he does. He did tenderloins, and he did them a different way than I'm going to do them. So anyway, I'm going to show you how I do them. And I bought a nice pack of tenderloin, and we could get these when we lived in Indonesia so easily because they didn't eat pork pretty much over there. So it was easy for us to get. Tonight is going to be a stuffed tenderloin. And let me show you what I did. I took the tenderloin, and normally when you buy the tenderloin, they come in a pack of 2. But we're going to tie these together after they're stuffed. So I've slit down the middle of each tenderloin. I also took off the silver skin, which is that membrane that's basically on top of it. So I took most of the silver skin off. And let me tell you what we're going to stuff it in. We're going to start off with blue cheese. And I've got about 1.5 cups of crumbled, really it's gorgonzola. So start off with the gorgonzola. And then I dried rosemary last week. And I'm going to take the rosemary and just come down the stem of it, just like that, and get the sprigs. I like texture, you know I like texture, so I'm not going to chop this up. I'm just going to go with it like this. We are going to smoke these tenderloins, and I am going to put it on our smoker. We're going to try to keep it about 200 degrees. And you've got to watch, because normally when you cook pork, you go for an internal temperature, and that's what you do. But with this, because it's stuffed, we've got to be a little bit more careful, and we've got to take it a little bit higher. We're going to do some different things with this though, because you're going to have several different flavors going on. So we've got the rosemary in with the blue cheese, the gorgonzola. I'm going to put a little bit of garlic, and there's no onion in this. We're going to take half of a block of cream cheese, and we'll put that right in there. Now let me go ahead and get this mashed up a little bit. And you see I've got honey. I am going to use that at the end to glaze this. The honey I've got here comes from one of my friend's bees, basically. He's right over in Montgomery. It's Dr. Jeff Smeisterla. And Dr. Jeff and his family raise bees. And his honey is named Bee Sweet Pure Texas Honey. And let me know if you want some. We can get you some. This year, he just finished harvesting his honey. And this year's a little bit darker, but his honey is very rich. It helps if your kids live here in this area, you live here in this area and you have problems with allergies. Trust me, Bee Sweet will help you. The next thing, I have 1/2 poblano pepper. I use poblano. It's not as spicy as, say, a jalapeno or any of the others. So I'm going to put that in there. And I am using 1 whole fresh onion. I mean, tomato rather. Sorry, tomato. Scratch that there. So we're going to use 1 whole fresh tomato. So let me get this stirred in, and then we'll get the tomato. I don't want to crush the tomato too much. Now, living in Indonesia, my cook used to do a version of this with some breadcrumbs, and they used to stuff our chicken. Then she would roll it and pan fry it, and it was delicious. This is going to be different though, because it's in pork and it's smoked. I'm going to take the tomato now, and my hands are clean. If I would not have put the poblano in there, I would have gone with crushed red pepper, because I like crushed red pepper. Hang on, I'll wash these real quick. Now I'm going to add some sea salt. And I don't want too much stuffing. And I don't want it to be too salty either, because I want to salt the outside of these pork tenderloins. So we'll go ahead and put pepper in there. And I'm using black pepper. You see I'm cheating, I didn't crush it myself. And we are going to be tying it up with twine, so you'll see that in a minute. There we go. See the mixture? Good. want to get that all incorporated. And you can do different spices. It's up to you. You can use different herbs. So you figure out what you like. I know what I like. I'm a big fan of tomatoes and blue cheese and all of those things. So we've got our tenderloin here, and we're going to try to evenly space this out and put this right in that crevice that I created. So as I said, I'll put my smoker on about 200. It's going to take a while. Let's fill this other one. There we go. My dogs know when I do red meat, and it's just like they are ready to roll. All right, put it down in there. So as I said, it was the tenderloin. I got 2.2 pounds of tenderloin. And if you're by yourself, if you just have 2 of you, you may want to go with less. So this will keep us, this will be several meals. Now I'm going to take this and I'll put it together like this. And you can see where we are with it. And we're going to make sure all of that's in there firmly and try to pull the meat down around it. We're going to start off with the twine. We're going to come down at one end and we're going to make a tie right here. Get it under there real good. And we're going to tie this and let's double knot it. Make sure it's firm. I need somebody's finger to come hold this. All right. There we go, and we've got it. Now we're going to come down, bring it down a little bit, and then we're going to take the twine around the pork like that and under. This is not very speedy, I'm sorry. So, but I want to show you how to do this. And you can do this with chicken breast, really turkey breast, anything like that. So I come up and I bring that piece underneath that piece, sort of like sewing, if you've ever sewed a hem. My mom was very pleased that she taught me how to sew a hem because I'm very short and I always had to hem my pants. So I bring that down again, pull it firmly, bring it down, same thing. I take it underneath the piece of meat like this. Bring the twine back up. And I'm not going to bore you with this whole thing, but I will show you what it's looking like so far. There we go. Can you see that? Yeah, I think you can. So we'll continue on until I get to the end, and then I will secure it very well, and I will ensure that all of that goodness stays in there. So that's that. After it's done, I will come back on and we'll talk about it. When it's done, we will let it sit for about 10 minutes to rest. But it's going to take a while, so we'll be back. We're back now that we've tied the pork tenderloin off, and I'm going to add some more salt to the top and some more pepper. And there it is. I'm going to leave this in the pan, and as we go along, I will turn it because I want smoke on each side. That's very important for the flavor of the meat. A little bit more salt here and a little bit more pepper here. All right, so we'll start off on this side and we're going to add some of the honey. There we go. And we'll flip that over and get honey on this side. Now honey crystallizes, so I had to, this is warm honey, I had to heat it up a little bit to get the crystals out. It's all ready to go. It'll go in the smoker, and then you can see the final product when we're done.